Hello, and welcome back to Informed Mind. Today we're diving into one of the biggest questions on the global stage right now. What does Donald Trump's return as President of the United States mean for the world? We'll break down some of the major areas where his policies could have an impact, from foreign relations to climate change and global trade. Let's start with foreign relations. Trump's America First approach could bring major changes to US alliances and rivalries. Under his previous administration, we saw an approach that focused more on bilateral relationships rather than multilateral agreements. He built a close relationship with some leaders like Vladimir Putin, while clashing with others, especially in Europe. This time around, we might see renewed tensions with traditional allies, especially if Trump pushes for more self-sufficiency in US defense. Countries like Russia and China might view Trump's return as an opportunity for less US interference, while allies in NATO or the EU may have to adjust their own policies should the US decide to pull back from certain commitments. Trump's America First agenda means that every nation could face new decisions about how to align their interests with or against the United States. Next, let's look at trade and economics. Trump has been known for his aggressive stance on trade protectionism, which previously led to a trade war with China. If Trump resumes tariffs and trade restrictions, it could disrupt global supply chains once again. Major economies around the world, especially in Asia and Europe, could feel the impact of higher tariffs on goods, from technology to raw materials. Emerging markets might be hit hardest, as they rely on stable trade relations to grow. If tariffs increase, consumer prices globally could rise. Countries may need to look for new trade alliances, which could reshape global trade dynamics for years to come. Trump's policies could pressure both allies and competitors to become less dependent on the US economy, which could have lasting effects on global markets. Another critical area is climate change and environmental policy. Trump has historically pulled the US out of international climate agreements, most notably the Paris Accord. His focus tends to favor American industry over environmental regulation, which could lead to a revival of coal and fossil fuel sectors in the US. This shift could slow down global climate initiatives, as the US is one of the largest contributors to international environmental funding and technology. Without its leadership, other nations may find it difficult to reach their own climate goals, or they may need to step up in unexpected ways. For those watching climate policy closely, Trump's return is likely to bring new obstacles to the fight against global warming. Immigration could be another area where we see big changes. Trump's policies on immigration were some of the most controversial, focusing on stricter border control and limiting the number of visas issued, particularly for certain countries. His stance affects not only people looking to migrate to the US, but also impacts the flow of international students, skilled workers, and even tourism. A return to these policies could discourage students and professionals from coming to the US, which may have a ripple effect on global mobility. Other countries, like Canada or Australia, might see an increase in skilled immigrants and international students as people seek alternatives. In the long term, this could shift where global talent clusters develop. On the defense front, Trump has historically advocated for reducing US military involvement overseas. We could see a pullback of American troops from various conflict zones, with a greater focus on strengthening the US military domestically. This could leave allies, especially in regions like the Middle East, without the same level of US support they've counted on. Countries in Europe, particularly NATO members, may also face increased pressure to spend more on their own defense. This potential shift in military presence could lead to new regional security dynamics, with some nations looking to build up their forces or form new alliances. So, as we can see, Trump's return to the White House could reshape the world in many ways. His policies touch on everything from economic stability to environmental goals, and even global security. The world is watching closely, and nations will need to adapt as they see which direction the US heads under his leadership. What do you think about Trump's return as president? Could it bring positive change, or will it create new challenges for the global community? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more insights here on Informed Mind. Thanks for watching.